Welcome. Thank you for joining me again on Professional Coaching and Tips to Optimize Performance. My name is Brian. I am a life coach, and if you've been following my series, we have been discussing ideas and strategies for improving performance in all arenas, such as performing arts, sports, medical industry, any professional industry that has to perform at a high level can use these strategies. So a couple of strategies I want to start with today. On the last video, we talked about tracking and measuring your performance. Well, I want to share with you a type of method that I use not only in my healthcare industry, but I've also learned this in coaching and many different types of mentorship. And that's called making SMART goals. And SMART goals is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals. And this is a strategy that healthcare industries have used to improve processes, measure performance, improve outcomes. So this is a method I use with all of my clients as well. And the reason you want to have a specific goal is because you can go in a lot of different directions and put a lot of effort and energy and time into a goal, but it might not be specific enough to give you the result that you're looking for. So, many mentors out there, I know Tony Robbins, I've done a lot of coaching programs where he mentions you really have to be specific in your goal. Like a lot of people say, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. Well, that's pretty general, and he encourages people to be more specific. I want to make $150,000 this year. How am I going to do that? I need to make so much per month. I need to close so many deals per week, and these are the actions I need to take today. So that's one method with specific, measurable. We talked about that in the last video. You want to set a goal like 150,000. You can measure that. Did I hit my goal? Did I not hit my goal? Well, do I need to adjust my goal? If I'm only making 50,000 this year, it may be possible to be 150,000 next year. However, what tools and processes and revenue streams you have, you may evaluate that and say, well, that's not a realistic goal. And that brings me to the A, the attainable. Now, everybody's in different places, and goals should be relevant to you specifically in your place in life. So if I want to be an NBA player, I'm 40 years old, probably missed that boat, and I might not have had the actual natural ability to make it into the NBA to begin with. So, and now I'm trying to get my PhD in performance psychology. And that's why I decided to do this little video series as well, kind of give you some insight into the psychology I'm learning on performance. Now, I have a master's degree, I have a bachelor's degree. I work at an academic hospital that's very supportive of achieving higher education. So is this goal attainable for me? Yes, it is. I can do this. I've done this with the master's program. I did it while I was working and a single parent. So it's something I can do. I know it's attainable. And it's relevant to my role. I'm in healthcare. I manage people who take care of children. So performance psychology, I'm applying it to emergency medicine. I want to improve people's mindset when they're in those environments so they experience less traumatic stress, less personal burnout, things like that. So it's very relevant to what I'm trying to accomplish at Children's Hospital with my performance psychology degree. And it's time-based. There's a certain graduation date I'm shooting for. I may have to adjust that time frame here and there, but depending on how I perform in my classes and how I perform in defending my dissertation. So that's just an example that I'm using for my own personal goal of attaining a PhD. It's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's relevant, and it's time-based. So the next tip I want to give you today is to achieve these SMART goals, you have to sometimes have a champion mindset. And a champion mindset, in my personal opinion, is any mindset that helps you achieve the champion status on the goal. Now, we could use Michael Jordan, we could use Kobe Bryant, or if you're not into basketball, maybe you're more into performing arts, and maybe there's a actress or a performer that you really aspire to be. They have a certain mindset that matches the performing mindset of sports or military applications of performance psychology. And a couple of components in this recipe of champion mindset is commitment. You really have to be committed to your goal, to your field, to your profession, and you have to be committed at a level that is more so than those around you. You have to, Kobe Bryant was famous for going to work out before games, after games. He was in the gym shooting, and that consistency made him the best. Some argue that he was the best to ever play the game, and it was because of his work ethic. You can go on YouTube and watch a lot of interviews with Kobe Bryant, and his work ethic was amazing. And he was amazing. The next thing he also had in that commitment was discipline. He was committed, but also disciplined. He went in every day that he said he was going to. Before the games, after the games, just the level of discipline in that man is something to aspire. And that's how you achieve greatness in any industry: performing arts, sports, medical, military, executive, business. You really have to be disciplined, committed, and you have to have consistency. That kind of goes along with discipline. You got to be consistently disciplined. I can't do this week, make all my workouts, eat like crap on the weekends, skip next week, and still get the same results. So you have to be consistently disciplined and committed. You also have to believe. Now, this last one, you have to believe that you can do this. This kind of goes along with the attainable. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't achieve it. And you've heard that throughout many different lectures growing up and different motivational speakers. You have to believe in yourself. I am, I think I am, therefore I am. And you have to believe it. So program yourself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do that goal. I can achieve what I'm shooting for. And that really goes a long way in that discipline and commitment and consistency is when you tell yourself you can do it. You also have to have heart. And this last one is probably the toughest one, but it is the biggest impact probably, is you have to, when the going gets tough, you have to dig deep and you have to keep going. And even if you get set back, if you experience setbacks, you have to keep going. You have to find that inner strength, and that goes along with that faith. If I believe I can do it, I can do it. And if I believe I can do it and I can do it, that's when you dig deep and say, I am going to do it. I am going to do that. I'm going to achieve that PhD. I am going to be the best basketball player out there. I am going to be the best singer or actress in my field. So you have to have faith. So that champion mindset, you apply that to the SMART goals, and that really gets you a long way. And then there is the time that you do this for. To really be a master at any profession or skill set, some say you have to put in 10,000 hours. There's a good book out there, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. It talks about the 10,000 hours to achieve a mastery of complex skills. Great book, definitely recommend it. You can get it on Audible, I believe now. Get that book, think about that. Some people, they're very impatient with their goals. They're like, well, I'm going to be the best basketball player. Well, how long have you been playing basketball? 1 year. Well, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they were terrible at basketball before they were great at basketball. Everybody who is great at a profession or a skill, they've put in 10,000 hours. Now, I'm not saying you're starting from scratch here. If you're an adult, you may have a lot of experiences that go towards that 10,000 hours. However, to really become the best at something, you better be prepared to put in 10,000 hours. And that sounds like a long time, because it does take a long time to achieve that many hours at practice at something. However, if you love it and it's a passion, those hours will fly by. So hope these tips helped you on this second video. This was a little longer, but it was a lot more information. Let me know in the comments below if you liked it, if you hated it. The last video got some very interesting comments, so love to hear your feedback. Also, you can click on my link below to go to my website, check out my coaching packages. Would love to work with you one-on-one. Have a great day, and God bless.